All right, y'all. Welcome to Small Package Wrestling. It's another Monday of the Art of Wrestling podcast where we cover AAA, WWE, AEW, Consejo Mundial, and other related indie wrestling promotions. This is OG. Thank y'all for joining me. Those are my dogs in the back that want to be part of the show. And these are my other two dogs in the fucking front that are also being part of the show.
By popular demand, I have to introduce myself.
We're waiting.
We talk to the one next one, dominant one, Christina, Warren Boone, woman's invited, joke my son of a gun. And I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. Woo!
I was thrown off last week when you didn't do your promo and just threw off the whole show.
I need validation,
Like
bro.
the vibes were down.
I agree with Aaron, bro. Like the whole vibe was off, bro. You didn't start with it, and it just wasn't it, man.
Just like we need the sun, bro. Just like we need the moon and oxygen. We need my promos, bro. Hey, so I wanted to why don't you all tell whatever the hell you're telling the world about my hair here? Right? Because so what ended up happening is I'm complimenting my brother's frappy dappy do, and then tell the world what you said, you freaking heathen. Tell them.
So my dear brother was like, "So what's up with your frappy dappy, Superman style hair there?" I just, I kindly responded, "What's up with your Jesus like hair there?" And you know what? I'm glad that my brother is taking
Is what?
in the picture, is taking it in, and he finally appreciates, what wrestling is like. Wrestling is making him godly, He's people like, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, MJF, or maybe it's Darby Allin. Maybe Darby Allin has made you a fucking believer. And so yeah, man, that's what we're starting out with is our different hairstyles. But fucking let's get down to business, man. I want to talk about Darby Allin. I want to talk about AEW. I want to talk about this run that's going on, man. How do you guys feel? You've had a lot to say, brother, off of this podcast about Darby Allin. Just tell us. I'm gonna give you the floor. Talk to us, man.
I issued a challenge. Go ahead, Aaron.
Bless us.
Bless us. Bless us. Yes, bless us. Let's start off the podcast with your hair and blessing us. That was a beautiful intro. You see, it's all part of the plan. It is all part of the fucking plan.
Aaron's a heathen too, bro. I just saw it. You infidel. So I issued a challenge, and I will go ahead and reissue that challenge today. I challenge the wrestling world to give me an example or to present evidence of something comparable to what Darby Allin is doing at AEW, the 6-7 week championship run. Take all the time that you need. You have the entirety of YouTube and the internet at your disposal. Give me evidence. And don't.
Roman Reigns.
Well, at least it was CM Punk, I'm glad. I was about to say, don't say CM Punk. Don't say the summer of Punk. That is not it. Aaron, what do you got? What do you got to say about Darby Allin?
I was actually thinking about this today. I did watch some of the matches. I tried to hop on the train, but I couldn't. And I was like thinking, why? Why can I not get behind this? But why is this not my cup of tea? And I think it's because I think the whole purpose of this run is to kind of validate Darby Allin as a main eventer. But like he hasn't fought any main event guys. He hasn't fought AEW champions. Like, yeah, he's beating all these guys, but I feel like to me, to make it believable that he's a main event guy, why not the Swerve Stricklands, the Kenny Omegas, the John Moxleys? Like, these guys are main eventers. They are the top of the top. I think that's why I'm not behind this run, because they're just beating like mid-carders every single week.
Point. That's an interesting point. Omar, what do you think? What do you think of that?
I personally think that I think it's kind of in line with the type of run that Darby would do. I think just given the type of superstar Darby is and the type of underdog in the story that they're doing, Darby Allin wouldn't be Darby Allin if he's not giving shots to guys that wouldn't typically get a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship. Guys like Tommaso Ciampa, guys like Brody King, guys like that would never get a shot at World Heavyweight Championship if it was any other world champion. And so I actually think that's an interesting point, but I think it's in a way it actually for me it validates this underdog story that they're doing even more, is that Darby's not going to be your typical world champion that is only going to wait for the marquee match to defend his championship on. He's not going to wait for the big build against a Kenny Omega, against a whatever. And I actually think I've been seeing some chatter online, and I actually like this. I think he might drop the belt to Swerve Strickland, because the storyline that they're telling right now is that his body's kind of giving out on him. He hit a sharpshooter on Sammy Guevara, and he was like crying, bro, as he like hit the sharpshooter, because he just like couldn't like hit it anymore. And so I think the story that they're building with Swerve, like him being the most dangerous man in AEW, is gonna have him ripe for just sliding in and taking it over after he makes MJF go bald. Actually, I want your guys' thoughts on that, bro.
I got a question
Bets,
though.
yes.
Eventually, Darby is going to defend his AEW championship with a top guy. Do you think if he loses that match, that completely ruins his run? Because he wrestled a top guy at the company, and when he does, he just lost. Do you think that just ruins the run? It kind of buries everyone who lost to him.
So I think what's gonna happen in order to make sure that it doesn't happen, they're gonna do something similar to what happened with MJF dropping the belt. Like the way they protected MJF in losing to Darby is that he had a banger of a fucking match against Kenny Omega and he barely won, right? He had a fucking barn burner, it was fucking brutal, and then the next week he lost it against Darby after being whooped and being surprised. I think Darby is barely gonna scrape by the skin of his teeth against MJF again. We're gonna see a bald MJF because it's not a good investment to go to Turkey that often and have that hairline that he has. And he'd rather just fucking go bald. Know what I'm saying? He doesn't have the Jesus hairline. Like, know what I'm saying? Like our boy right there.
Look at this
He's
fucking
not
shit.
godly. Look at that. He's not blessed like that. But I think that's what's gonna happen. He's barely gonna beat MJF, and then Swerve's gonna slide in and just do it in the most dastardly, I think, way possible. And I think they're trying to build Swerve as this dastardly heel, and he's been off of TV and he's been working like right now, like like I should be on TV, bro. Like I should be like like on the main event on all of that. He's been chattering on off or online, and so I think that's the storyline that they're building is just let Darby defend against MJF. That way he has that defense again in an actual banger against MJF, not just like a 3-minute match, which I think was still a banger, and then drop it.
So Aaron brought up a really good point. I think you guys both made really good points right now. Aaron said, and he's not wrong. He hasn't fought any of the big guys. Like he hasn't. I mean, he did beat MJF, so that's the biggest guy there is, right? In that company potentially, but there's other people that he can go against. But Aaron, I kind of want to get your take on what Omar said. Like, and I think what Omar said, and maybe you can help me out, Omar, is rather than Darby Allin, this run isn't necessarily about elevating Darby Allin. I think he elevated himself by the line of work that he's put. But what do you think of Omar's take that this Darby Allin run is good to elevate other wrestlers? It's serving to elevate them.
I mean, I feel like that's the whole point of mid-card titles to do that, because I'm not a big fan of having your main title, your heavyweight title being defended every single week. Like those shots should be earned, not given. And they got to take care of that title and not treat it like the 24/7 championship that WWE had. Like this title should be like a like the prize to win, but you got to earn it and like climb the ladder to win this title.
So can you explain to us, because I think you bring up another really good point. What do you mean by taking care of the title for the uninitiated? So the people like I don't know what that means. Like what in your opinion would be taking care of the title?
Like make it like you don't see this title being defended every year. So I mean every week. So when someone does it's a big deal. Like you go through a process of, fighting through the mid card to finally fighting your way up to the main event scene to finally getting that title shot. It's the grand prize. It's not something that should just be thrown around, in my opinion, and just be giving shots to random, not random, but like just to anybody. Like you just gotta take care of it. You gotta not make it lose its meaning
So you think
that,
like
this is
Darby
the title.
so and this is just your opinion. I mean, you can yeah. So do you think Darby Allin, not necessarily Darby Allin, but AEW, why by having Darby Allin defend it so many times could potentially devalue it, do you think? Because anybody can have a stab at it?
Yeah, but I feel like at the moment, because it's like it's never been done, like you said, like it's never been done, so people are kind of like enjoying it. But if you keep doing it to like the summer, it's just like you can, not destroy it, but like it just devalue the title, your world title that these top guys that Kenny Omega has held, John Moxley and MJF, like these guys put blood, sweat, and tears to carry this title and put their company on their back just to have kind of devalue of it and putting it on the line every single week with just random matches.
So I think I'm gonna slip it in this. I'm gonna slip this in. Um I think what I'm really enjoying about this match is the unpredictability. I didn't expect Darby Allin to win it the way he did in a 2-minute match. I didn't expect him to defend it this way. I go into every match not knowing if he's gonna win or lose, just because it's not predictable, you know? And I like that lack of I like that unpredictability. And I think that's what I'm enjoying the most. I'm enjoying the matches are fucking bangers, bro. But that's really what I'm seeing. And that's why I tune in. Why I interrupted you. What were you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say, man, like I personally think like the guys that Darby has been going up against are main event guys or should be, and have put like the body of work to have those opportunities and to earn that title. Like we've talked about Tommaso Ciampa's body of work in NXT and how he was misused in the WWE main roster. Any Brody King match that I've seen, I've really enjoyed it, and he's one of the most over people in AEW. Jet uh Kevin Knight, I've he's been one of the guys that I've enjoyed in AEW. He was the TNT champion at the time, and he could have been a double champion. So in no way was he a mid card guy. Andrade, who Darby Allin beat for the opportunity, he was not a mid card guy. Takeshita, Okada, those are not mid card guys. They are the best, arguably, wrestlers in the world. And that match that he had with Takeshita was glorious, man. That avalanche German suplex was, mwah, like it was just such a beautiful technical match. And like I don't, you know, I appreciate what you're saying, but I don't think he's had them against like random Joe Schmo guys. It's not like he's having it against fucking Otis or like fucking I don't know, like uh some random AEW guy that like no one fucking knows about, Hook, who hasn't been seen on TV in hella long. Like even Sammy Guevara, who wasn't on TV for a really long time. He has a really good body of work. He was Cody Rhodes' last match. And so like these guys that he's been having wrestling matches against and that they've been holding up his arm after he whoops their ass, like they are, in my opinion, some of the best wrestlers on this earth. And they deserve that opportunity for that championship. And in any other promotion, I don't know if they would, and against any other champion, I don't know if they would book them to have an opportunity, just because it's not their character. But I think I like what you're saying, Aaron, because I think if it was anyone else other than Darby Allin, then I think you're right. Like I think it devalues that championship. But because it's Darby Allin, because he's this 5'8" underdog, because he looks like you and me, and he's literally weighs the same amount as you and me, that's what makes it cool. Because if I was champion, if I held that fucking championship for 2 seconds, I would try to burn as bright as fucking possible. I would try to defend that belt every single moment as possible, just as much as to any guy, because I know that I'm 5'11", 160 pounds, and whatever time that I hold that championship is going to be fleeting. And I need to defend it and hold on to it with everything that I got. And that's why I like Darby's, championship, because it relates to me, and I think I wish they would have booked Rey Mysterio's championship like that. I wish they would have booked Eddie Guerrero's championship like that. Like, I just went back and I've been doing research on Eddie Guerrero. He lost his championship to JBL in the worst possible way. They booked him really bad. I saw Rey Mysterio's underdog championship live. He was losing against Fit Finley, like, as a world champion. Like, it was not a good run. And so this is a true underdog workhorse world championship by definition, in
So
my
what do you
opinion.
guys? So what do you guys think? Okay, go ahead. Aaron.
Do you think of the reason why Darby's not facing these top guys is it because you think it won't be believable? They kind of like protecting him? Because like you said, like he's 5'8", 160. Do you think like if we put him against say a Swerve Strickland and he beats Swerve, like do you think that would like make it believable?
I think that believable argument is one of the worst arguments in takes in wrestling, in my opinion. That someone's not a believable champion. It's wrestling. Anyone could be champion. Like, just because a guy isn't 6'8", doesn't look like Dave Bautista, doesn't mean that he's believable or not. Like, we, the fans, we, the bookers, decide whether or not it's believable. And so I don't think that's why they're doing it. I think they are doing it because that's who Darby Allin is. He's not going to give the shots to these main guys that have had all of these shots before. Like, if the storyline for these matches is like they're friends, they're people that respect Darby Allin, and they're like, hey man, give me a shot at this title. And Darby's like, fuck yeah, bro, let's do it right now. That's just the storyline behind it, is that Darby is going to say yes to every single challenge, to every single, person that comes up and questions it. And as a booker, like, I wouldn't, if I was Tony Khan, I would try to get rid of that believable thing. I would try to have a 5'6" champion beat a fucking Swerve Strickland, and all of that, just because you have the opportunity to change the wrestling landscape. You have the opportunity to get rid of this land of giants that wrestling was for so long, that where guys like Shawn Michaels, like Rey Mysterio, like Eddie Guerrero, they won't be an anomaly anymore, where they could be the normal, where guys like you and me could potentially go to WWE or AEW and be our size and be the best in the world. And that's what I see when I see Darby Allin wrestle. And that's what that's why I disagree with the believable of being a believable champion or not, because the best stories are the most unbelievable ones. And I don't want my champions to be believable. I don't want my wrestling stories to be predictable or believable. It's fantasy. It's art. Like, it's something that I want to consume that's not realistic,
So like, Darby Allin has beat MJF. He's beat Tommaso Ciampa. He's beat Brody King, who is a fucking mammoth of a man. He
Mhm.
defeated Pac. He was supposed to go against Okada, who's a
Gets
champion.
fucking jacked.
Yeah, who's a championship.
Also huge.
Yeah, and a fucking fantastic wrestler. And he beat Sammy Guevara. Each match was
Was also a tank of a man.
he's still, yeah. So he beat Guevara. So all these matches, none of them were under 15 minutes, and all of them are fucking bangers. I think that for me, the believable argument, I understand it, but because I've been watching the matches and because I've been paying attention to the crowd, and I want to make the statement and I want to kind of roll it into a question. People would clap and say, "You deserve this," right? The crowd, like standing ovation to this guy, like the crowd is receiving him that way, like he deserves it. I don't think anybody thinks, I don't want to say I don't think anybody, but I think because of the body of work that he has put in, his work speaks for itself. Am I a worthy champion? I mean, all my opponents raise my arm, after, and I beat him, and it's a fucking banger. And that's the question that I wanted to ask you guys. Like, what do you guys think of the opponent raising his hand like that after every match? I know I've asked that question several times before, like once, I think. But what do you guys think of that it continues to happen? That he's winning and he's gaining the respect from his foe?
You go ahead, Aaron.
I feel like it's like Omar was saying, like Darby is giving out these title chances to these guys that probably won't ever get it again. And I feel like that's kind of like a thank you, like, because they lost, but they also show like, hey, I can hang with an AEW world champion. So it's kind of like a thank you and kind of like giving credit to Darby Allin for what he's doing and what he's doing with this very long AEW title run.
And like I seen a stat, like like he's had as many title defenses and has as many television appearances. And, like, that's crazy. And so, like, I think that's also what they're giving him the props for. It's like, "Brother, you are doing it. Like, you are holding on to this championship, and you are coming out here every night and killing yourself for this sport." And you did it with me. You gave like Aaron said, you gave me the opportunity to come out here and for you to put your body on the line and to put on a good show and to give me the opportunity to be in the main event. And, like, that's I don't know, that's what wrestling's all about, man. Like, I think like it's just two guys that are having the opportunity to get the crowd behind them and to make art in the squared circle. Like I think Darby Allin is making that happen at the highest level as a world champion on a weekly basis. And that's something that I think is so cool. I know this is again something I brought up too is this is the real workhorse title run. I've heard that so many times in my time as a fucking wrestling fan. Is it the Intercontinental title, the WWE, the World Heavyweight title, Según Seth Rollins was the workhorse champion, all of this stuff. And this is one of the times where I could seriously look at this reign and see and 100% say, like, this is a workhorse. Like, this is a guy, like, that's just going to keep going until the wheels fall off, and till like the end. And so I'm pretty happy with this run. And whoever he loses it to, I think that like Weddle mentioned, the unpredictability of it. Like, bro, he could have lost it against Jet, like he could lose it against Speedball and his spinny kicks, and I'll be fucking happy. And I'll have a barefoot champion who's a Taekwondo black belt, and like all of that stuff. It'll be fucking great, and I'll be happy. Or Swerve could just come in and out of nowhere and just win. And I think that's what is the beauty of wrestling. It makes me truly feel like I'm a kid again when I didn't know what was gonna happen, when I had no idea that wrestling was fake and all of these things are predetermined and all of that. And so like now it's giving me something to look forward to. But I want to talk about something. We glazed over this. I want to get you guys' thoughts on the real fucking lore behind this fucking title run. Is MJF going bald?
Wait, hold on. I did want to add one final thing. I guess I hadn't heard of that argument, and I want to come back to the balding MJF. That's crazy to me. Yeah, but is he really bald?
He's going to go. That's the whole contract of the match.
Is he got a turkey hair?
I mean, from what I seen from years back compared to now, his hair, I mean, it looks fine. It doesn't look like a natural hairline, but like it's filled in. So I don't know if it's actually going bald because it looks like he just did it.
So I think that like I almost want to think it through a little bit more. Like what does one person need to do in order to deserve a title or to make it believable? Like what more would Darby Allin need to do? Like and Omar kind of hinted at it. Like this is pro wrestling. You've had Doink the Clown, you've had Kane, you've had like these Undertaker guys. You know what I mean? You've had characters like serious cartoonish characters be champions, and even right now in different promotions, you have a guy that doesn't wrestle but 3 times a year, and he deserves a title shot, right? And that's believable, right? But then you have somebody like Darby Allin who wrestles anyone and everyone, and he puts it on the line, bro. And he just works, and he doesn't work on a microphone. He doesn't work other ways. He does it in the ring where it matters, where he's at his best. And so to me, I can understand Omar's frustration with that argument because I mean, how could you ignore the work that he's done and how successful this run has been? I think that this run, and I almost want to say this, but I'm worried. To me, in my mind, there's nothing that can. Darby Allin already won. Darby Allin will live forever because of this run. He is immortalized. He is. And to me, like, it doesn't matter what happens with versus MJF. It doesn't matter how he loses it, bro. Like everything he's done up until this point has been. He's gonna be, in my eyes, something that's gonna live for. We might do a little fucking little video for him, So go ahead, Omar, about MJF, or I don't know if you guys want to add anything to that.
Well, I
I
feel
was
like
gonna
if
go ahead.
Darby Allin does beat MJF, I feel like that's the stamp that kind of solidifies him. MJF is a he's been a world champion a couple times, and he puts in the work, and he's done a great work with that title. So I think him of Darby beating MJF, I feel like to me that gave me the like, oh, okay, he just beat a main event guy.
What
Well,
do you think, Omar?
I think he's gonna do it, and we're seeing bald MJF, buddy. I think that's what's gonna fucking happen. I personally think a bald MJF would be cool. I don't know, like
Why is that?
I'm betting on it, but for the same reason that Aaron says, like I think for the doubters, that is what's gonna cement Darby is him beating MJF clean in a full 5-star, full 29-hour-long minute match. That's an absolute banger. And that will like cement him. And I'm of the opinion of you as well, What that. And I think that a lot of people now online, and I've seen this on our small package social media, and I've sent it to you all, is that they are in agreement that this might be one of the greatest world championship runs of all time. That he is living in forever, that he's, this is legendary. And so like Darby in this body of work, I can't help but overstate how much it means to getting rid of that quote unquote believable aspect of you have to be 6'8" to win a world championship, that you have to be jacked and doing steroids like Vince McMahon or WWE wanted you to. Like guys like Shawn Michaels, Eddie Guerrero, and Rey were touted as fucking like these underdog large guys, and they're fucking jacked to the gills, And now maybe because of Darby, we could have other guys, that win and that do runs like this in the future. And if he makes MJF bald, then we have bald representation too. We have little guy representation and we got bald representation. Like everyone fucking wins, man. Like, and he gets my fucking favorite world champion gets to save on his airfare to Turkey. He gets to save the fucking environment, and we're fucking good. So that's my vote why MJF needs to go bald. Does anyone else agree that he's gonna go bald, Aaron?
No,
No, you don't think
Nah.
he's going bald?
no.
You,
Do,
you
do you
think you're
guys do you guys think if Darby Allin loses his title at Double or Nothing and say he wins it again down the road, do you think he has that pressure of doing what he's doing now to do it again, or if he
Darby
does it, will
Allin?
he get like Darby Allin? Yeah,
I think, and this is why I think I want to add to what Omar said and what I said. This is why, and I'll take it a step further than Omar. I think what Darby Allin has done is that this title run has never been done before, and it's legendary status. And I think from here on out, the possibility does exist that the pressure to defend the championship in this way is going to is not going to fall just on Darby Allin, but it's going to extend beyond him. And I think that anybody that holds that AEW title is going to have to defend it like that. And that way, and I think I can make the argument credibly, believably, that this title run has elevated what is expected of that title run. And I kind of want to get your opinion of this, of what I just said, Aaron, because I feel like I'm getting kind of blinded by what I'm enjoying right now and maybe kind of biased, So what do you think of that? I mean, of that conclusion?
I think if someone else has that title, I don't think they're gonna do that. I don't think it would be smart. Cause let's say if you're a world champion, right? Or I'm a world champion. The goal is to keep it as long as possible, right? I'm not gonna do that every single week where there's a risk of me losing my title. And especially if the guy's a heel, say like a Swerve that he's turning heel or turned heel, he is not gonna just give out title shots every single week. So I don't think anybody's going to do that.
I think the thing that I'm enjoying about this run, bro, is the lack of predictability, the fact that things are not going the way anybody expects it. And I think for so many years, the Fed has done things in a very stringent way where they haven't deviated from a formula and it's gotten so predictable, you know what I mean? So where people know, yeah, he's not going to win it here, but he's going to lose it here. And people predict this shit because they know, you know what I mean? But because also the formula has been, go ahead.
I mean, I knew he wasn't gonna lose the title because MJF was gonna get his rematch either at Double or Nothing or or All In. I think that was the whole point of the storyline. Maybe because I've been watching wrestling my entire life, so I kind of get how storylines work, and I can see far ahead. I always knew that he wasn't going to lose his title during any match.
Yeah, that's a good fair point. I think you had asked the question, Aaron. Where were we? Or were we?
Like,
were we
if
ready to
Darby
move on?
Allin wins the title again, I
Yeah,
think you answered it though. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, what do you think, Darren? I mean, Omar. So what I said is that if Darby Allin wins the title again, does he have to defend it this way? And what I said is like, it's not just Darby Allin that has to defend it this way. I think everybody else does. Whoever holds the belt after Darby Allin. So championships are going to be measured by Darby Allin's title run. Even though it's not sustainable, it's still fucking fantastic, you know? Go ahead.
I don't know. Again, being the middle in between guy, I think that what Aaron says about the protecting the championship has a lot of sense. And that's why I mentioned that
You're muted.
Darby was the right person to do it with. Protecting the championship is important, because like it wouldn't make sense for a guy like MJF to do it just storyline wise. MJF is a fucking shit like heel. Like he's not gonna defend it over and over again. Like it just would not make sense. And like it has to make sense storyline wise. And I think with Darby it does because of the wrestler that he is. And so like I just think it can change it for the future, but I don't think that it should make every single title run like that. But if y'all could look at the studio chat or text messages, that would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, that's my 2 cents about Darby Allin and MJF going bald. And fucking yeah, I think that's it. For me, man, I've seen a lot of guys come home, and just embrace the baldness. And I think MJF just needs to do it, man. Come home, brother. Come home. You don't need to damage your skull to look beautiful. You will look good. Held it down. Yeah, that's my thought. AF, be bald, and then when you win the championship again, you're gonna be this bald, crazy heel that is just shiny and fucking, amazing, and willing to fuck people up. But yeah,
Okay. So Omar's gonna have to step away for a little bit, dad duties. But don't worry, your certified haters are here to take care. And Aaron is gonna talk to us about WWE and about Brock Lesnar returning. I already got a headache, bro. Aaron,
Wait,
Aaron, what do you got?
did you watch Raw?
I tried. I tried. The
So
Finn Balor match and the McDonald match was. But go ahead.
So like we all saw Brock return. I have questions. Was this part of the storyline? Did Brock actually retired and came back? I feel like people don't know what really happened. I want to ask you this: like, does this kind of not ruin, but like kind of put like a mark on what Oba did at WrestleMania?
That's an interesting question. And I'll tell you why. I wasn't really thinking about it as far as how it affected Oba, the fact that he came back. I didn't. So I don't know how to answer that. Um I guess I was just thinking of Brock, Brock Lesnar. I mean, what do you think? I mean, does it? I mean, that's actually a really good point.
I feel like we'll find out at the end of this feud because we don't know if it's just one rematch or it continues all the way to SummerSlam. Say Brock wins at Clash of Italy because I think that's where they're going to have their rematch, and Brock wins, and then Oba, requests a rematch, and then they go for the trilogy at SummerSlam. So it kind of depends on what happens at the end of the storyline. Say if Brock kind of like goes over on the storyline, then it kind of does. But if Oba, at the end of this, stands tall and defeats the Beast, then I feel like it kind of adds to what he did at WrestleMania.
I guess how do you see this developing, like in your professional certified ball knower opinion? Do you see it all the way to SummerSlam, or do you see it like in your mind's eye, like what do you see?
I think from what I'm feeling now, from what I saw today on Monday Night Raw, I feel going into this match, Raw predictions, I think Brock goes over. But we we see a longer match. We see an actual wrestling match. We see kind of what you wanted at WrestleMania, because at WrestleMania we got a 5-minute match where Brock just gets squashed. I feel like this rematch is probably going to be a good lengthy match where I think Brock goes over and we have the trilogy at SummerSlam, maybe with the stipulation.
And what do you think the stipulation would be? Like the retirement, maybe?
Yeah, kind of like a retire, but like that's kind of gives it away, because we all know Brock is going to retire. Maybe like a street fight, or a no holds bar match, just something like that. Like that kind of ends the feud.
Do you think? Because to me, we talked about this. To me, it seemed like Brock was Brock about it, and he retired on his own terms, and he didn't do the whole shit, the whole John Cena. Shout out young Mikey, bro. Shenanigans is going to get the dub for Brock. Face palm. shout out Mikey, man. We're ready for you, boss. Yeah, so yeah, man. So to me, it just seemed I guess it made it cool for me that Brock Lesnar did it that way. And the fact that he's back makes me think that he's back against his will. What do you think about that?
Well, that's the beautiful thing about professional wrestling. We don't know. We don't know if he was retired right there on the spot, or that was just part of the storyline. Because I don't know if you noticed, but like after WrestleMania, like Paul Heyman kept bringing up his name during like backstage segments, like a couple episodes, like 3 times on episode of Raw. Like they kept talking about him, kind of like under the table, like just giving us clues of maybe he returns, maybe he doesn't. Like we don't know what really happened. I think that's the best thing about wrestling, is that we don't know what actually happened, and that's what makes it cool.
Do you think? Because to me, man, I rather than it being a question, I'm just going to say it. I'm going to make my statement, and I'm going to get your reaction. I don't want him to wrestle if he met what he did at WrestleMania and he's back and he doesn't want to be back, then that's going to really, I don't want to say upset me, but I don't want to see him wrestle like that. You know what I mean? And we don't know. We likely will never know. But what do you think, Aaron? What would it do to Brock Lesnar's reputation, or how would you feel about this comeback? Should that be the case?
I think we got worked. Because
I don't think so.
I was there. I was there, and like I saw the whole thing happen. Like I had watery eyes. Like like I didn't cry, but like I was a little bit emotional. But after the show, our producer Fernando was like, "Nah, I'm not buying it. That I'm not buying it." Like, because there were some people that didn't believe that he actually retired. So I think there's a 50-50 chance that maybe he didn't. It's just kind of to build this storyline, maybe even to elevate Obafemi even more.
I think to me, man, I saw, and I wasn't there, so you were able to I think have a better understanding of what unfolded. But for me, and Fernando was there. Shout out Fernando. I shout out Juan Fernando Guzman. We got 2 Fernandos, bro. The Ferns.
Fern squared.
Yeah. F2. Yeah. So, to me, man, I don't know if Brock Lesnar is that good of an actor. I don't know if his on-screen persona, if his acting skills were that developed.
He's a great seller, though. We talk about that, though. He's a great seller.
To me, it looked like he was a broken man. He did the shit. Like, I feel like Paul Heyman also like kind of broke character. Like, he was confused. You know what I mean? I really think that maybe he was pressured to come back, financially pressured, convinced. And maybe he's only going to do 1 or 2 more matches, But yeah, man. Like, honestly, like if I got work, then cool. You know what I mean? And obviously, that's how the company's going to sell it. But yeah, man. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know if it's just me nitpicking at things. I did find it weird how choreographed it felt. Obafemi walking down the ramp after the match.
Okay.
And him just laying down, and the cameras were ready by Brock Lesnar. So like,
okay,
I don't know if I'm just overthinking, nitpicking, but like now that I'm thinking about it right now, it's kind of like, I don't know, maybe. maybe we did get worked.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I mean, so like usually at WrestleMania, is it the winner that leaves first, or is it the loser?
I mean, you don't see the loser walk away. Usually, just roll out the ring. The winner celebrates, walks off, and then they play a video on the screen, and that's when he walks. In the dark.
That's what I was going to ask you. Like, you bring up a good point. The fact that the camera was ready and pointed at Brock Lesnar, maybe that's a good point.
And maybe he was emotional because that was his last, WrestleMania.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe he was emotional because it was his last chance into the spotlight. Okay, well that's an argument you can make, and I think it's a good argument. Anything else, Aaron? Anything else you want to add about Brock Lesnar or about WWE? Look at Fatu with another promo. He's wearing red, a little bit too much red, with the red bandana. Whatever. What do you got? What do you think with Jey Uso and Jimmy coming out and LA Knight? I mean, what do you think?
I think WWE is doing a great job building this Jacob Fatu and making him look like a monster. Because even though he got beat down today, it took 3 guys. It took the Usos and Roman Reigns. Where in past weeks he was just beating down Jey Uso by himself. He would beat the fuck out of Jimmy and beat the fuck out of Roman Reigns. No one has ever done that. Beat down Roman Reigns. Never. I never seen Romans be that vulnerable, and especially with no help. Like, I feel going into this match, I don't know if he's going to retain his title.
Would you be upset if he doesn't retain the title?
No, because that would completely ruin whatever they've been doing with Jacob Fatu. Like, to me, it would make sense for Jacob, and I know because I put up a question on our social medias. Like, do you think this Roman's going to have a long or short title reign? And a lot of people said no. He's going to have a long title reign. But I just don't see it. I don't see him having this long title reign and building Jacob Fatu as this monster where he's constantly beating down Roman Reigns and the Usos just, to lose at Clash of Italy. Maybe he does lose and kind of wins it at SummerSlam, but I feel like eventually Jacob Fatu has to win the World Heavyweight title.
And it sounds like you're predicting that it might happen at the next PLE.
If it doesn't win at this Clash in Italy, it has to happen in the next PLE, yeah.
So you're feeling pretty confident that Fatu is going to take it.
Yeah, I think he is, yeah.
That's going to be interesting. Huh?
I don't think WWE will pull the trigger for Clash of Italy, but if he does, it would make sense.
Okay. Yeah, man. I just don't want to see Roman Reigns anymore as a champion. I want to see somebody else, man. Like I said, I don't miss Charlie Punk. I don't miss his ass. He can be gone. Roman Reigns. If he's gonna wrestle, bro, if he's gonna show up, then cool, But if he's gonna be gone, then
I mean, there's rumors that he's not gonna be showing up all of June, so maybe he loses the title. That's another. SummerSlam is August 1st and 2nd.
I mean, if he's not gonna be there June, I mean, he could lose it.
And that's the cool thing about this match, that we're going in same as Darby and MJF. We're going into this match not knowing who is going to win, and also it's a tribal combat, which kind of adds to the match.
What does that mean?
So tribal combat is the 3rd time it's happening. It's whoever wins kind of takes over the whole family.
Okay, so what do you think of Fatu?
No DQ, no countouts, no disqualification, anything goes.
What do you think of Fatu is the tribal, if he becomes the tribal chief and he does the whole shit, Like, what would you feel about that?
That would be interesting. With him now, the Usos following Jacob Fatu around, treating him like the tribal chief, and Roman kind of like in the background trying to get back in that position. It would be a cool storyline.
Yeah, that would be a great storyline. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe have a little bit of conflict between the Usos and Fatu. Solo Sikoa, is he part of this? Or is he at SmackDown, I thought?
Not really. Jacob has shown up to SmackDown and just beat the fuck out of fucking what's his name? Solo and his other goons, but like not really. But yeah, it's mainly the Usos, Roman, and Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, man, I think I would like to see that just to kind of shake things up. You know what I mean? I would like to see Fatu win, fucking slap Roman Reigns a little bit around. One of the things I enjoyed, not to name drop him again, but the Darby Allin, there hasn't been a lot of shenanigans, going on. And so I kind of like that. And so I hope Fatu just kind of touches this guy up and just wins, Or if there is shenanigans, like they get dealt with, like, what the fuck is his name? McAfee and Jelly Roll. Anybody miss Jelly Roll or Pat McAfee? Mikey, do you miss them? All right, Aaron. What else you got for WWE, boss?
I mean, it's LA Knight is back. He's been gone for 28 days. Good to see him back on TV. Maybe they plugging him somewhere.
Where would you plug him in, do you think?
The 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 only the only thing that would make sense is put him in that title shot, in that title scene. Maybe
Against Fatu?
Jacob Fatu wins it, and then LA Knight's like, yo, like that could be another good feud. Jacob and LA Knight.
Because they were kind of, Jamie and Jay had a backstage interaction with LA Knight, right, today.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I didn't, of course, because you know me, I don't watch promos. I mean, is there anything of significance there?
Not really. I mean, LA Knight has been having beef with the Bloodline for years now. I feel like that's where it's going. But yeah, I think whoever wins the title on at Clash of Italy, I think LA Knight's the next guy
next
who
guy?
steps in and trying to take it.
So y'all heard it here first, maybe, possibly. Oh, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Fatu takes the title from Roman Reigns. Fatu becomes the tribal chief. Is that the proper name? Is he the tribal? Okay. Then
Our tribal
Fatu,
chief.
yeah, runs fucking table with the Usos, and he throws hands with LA Knight, maybe at SummerSlam. I think that would be a good matchup, man. You know, I think that would be good. Yeah, you know, so you heard it here first, and then who wins at SummerSlam? And I don't know if you want to go that far, but if it gets to that point, who wins at SummerSlam?
Between Jacob and Knight.
And LA Knight.
Jacob.
I would be interested in that match.
Jacob,
I would.
yeah. But yeah, that's too far kind of think, but because that would completely bury LA Knight all over again. But yeah.
I mean, but if LA Knight wins, I wouldn't be mad at that either.
No one would be mad at that.
So what do you think happens to Seth Rollins, man? What do you think happens to Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker and The Vision and
I think we'll see another Braun and Seth Rollins match. I think that's where they're kind of going with it. And we have the Street Profit with the Vision. I think it's time to get the tag titles off the Vision and put it on a real tag team. I've said this thousands of times. I am not a fan of having two random guys put in a tag team and hold, especially hold tag team gold. I feel like the tag team division in WWE is complete mess, women and men. So I think putting it on a real tag team that's been together for years and been putting in the work will kind of help that tag team division and maybe get it going again.
Okay, that's interesting, man. I mean, who's the women's champ right now? Is it Nia Jax? Nia Jackson. What's her name?
I have no idea. Because the tag division, it's such a mess. I have no idea.
All right. I mean, maybe we can do. So undisputed WWE champ is Cody Rhodes. World heavyweight champ is Roman Reigns. Let me see. It's not even fucking loading. Pinche computadora de la pulga, bro. Let me see. All right, let me see. Intercontinental champion is Penta. Trick Williams, U.S. champ. Tag champions, World Tag is the Vision. WWE Tag Team Championship, Damian Priest and R-Truth.
You see? It's just random ass guys that should have been fired a long time ago.
Damian
Our tag
Priest
team
or what?
champion.
Fire Damian Priest there or what?
Bro, like
Rhea Ripley is the women's champ. Liv Morgan is the women's world championship. U.S. champ is Tiffy Time. IC champ is Becky Lynch. Women's tag team championship is Brie, Bella, and Paige. And women's speed championship is Fallon Henley. I don't know, bro. I don't know. What do you think? Okay, so go ahead.
we have to get back. You have to get back to real tag teams to fix this problem.
So who are the tag team right now? Like, what are the tag teams right now?
I mean,
the Street Profits.
They fired a bunch of them these last cuts, so I don't know.
Yeah, dude, this is insane. I mean, does that mean that the tag champ? I mean, because what's his name? New Day is gone. The Motor City Machine Guns.
And those were probably your top tag teams in the company.
So, all right, Aaron. So we have, according to this website, it's Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. It's the Alpha Academy, Otis, Maxine Dupree, and Tozawa. American Made with Brutus, Julius Creed, Original Grande, and Ivy Nile. Bailey and Lyra Valkyria. The Bella Twins. Birthright is Channing Lorenzo, Lexus King, Mariah Connors, Charlie Dempsey. Dark State, Fatal Influence, Axiom and Nathan Frazier, Julia and Keanu James. I mean, I'm going to tell you when to stop. You're right, Aaron. There was a Judgment Day.
You already know how I feel about the Judgment Day.
And then there's Los Americanos with El Grande Americano, the tall one. Los Garza, but I think they're gone. There's Dragon Lee, Rey
Aren't they
Mysterio.
exclusively with AAA now?
Yeah, actually. Yeah, Aaron, you're right, bro. There's like nobody out here. Like, there's nobody. I mean, there's Kit Wilson and The Miz.
I mean, they're not really a tag team. That's just storyline purpose.
There's the Usos,
Yeah, they're knee deep with the Bloodline and Roman Reigns.
the War Raiders.
Aren't they with AAA?
Yeah. I think OG has something to say. Rip the New Day. Omar, they were talking foul about your boy, Damian Priest, bro. Wepa! All right, anything else, Aaron? I mean, I could talk about AAA, man. But you can go ahead and let us know what you got.
I just got a quick updates for New Japan. I know I haven't been
You're right.
consistent with these updates. I was out for a little bit, wasn't watching any wrestling, but I am fully back now. And New Japan Pro Wrestling is having a show called Dominion, June 14th, where our boy Andrade El will be defending his IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship versus Shota Umuni and Drilla Maloney in a triple threat. And then we have our boys, the Knockout Brothers, Oscar and Yudo Ice. They will be defending their titles versus the Great Okan and Henare. And the main event for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, Colin Newman, the champ, will be defending his title versus Yota Zushi, trying to get it back again.
So there's a lot going on, man.
There's a lot going on in the wrestling world.
And we'll be in San Jose for the what are they called? What is it called? The Open Table? What is it called?
Open Table. I'm gonna add that to the list. Forbidden Door.
Oh,
Forbidden Door.
Door.
Bro said Open Table. Jesus Christ.
Omar says, Wepa! Wepa, bro. Shout out Damian King. No, Damian Priest. Roman.
Roman Priest. We got Jimmy Omega. We got Omega Red. We got AWE. We got Randall Reigns. We got Open Table. We got everything here. We got all these crazy names that you said. Randall Reigns. Fucking Randall from fucking Monsters Inc.
That one, bro. I'm proud of that one. Damian King, Randall Reigns, bro.
Randall Reigns, bro.
So let's look at that up. Forbidden Door, you said it's called? I mean, we're gonna be there. It's gonna be in San Jose. The card is looking pretty good. This is New Japan Pro Wrestling. I think it would be a great opportunity for people to it's gonna be AEW, Consejo Mundial, and New Japan Pro Wrestling. So it's gonna be really nice. Hella bullies, bro. Hella bullies. It's gonna be really nice. So this would be an excellent opportunity for people. It's gonna be on June 28th at the SAP Center in San Jose, California. Will they fill the lower bowl, Aaron?
I mean, I hope so.
If they can't fill it up here, bro, I don't know.
I hope so, because last time it was kind of sad to see 1,000 people in an 18,000 seater arena.
It was for the Forbidden Door.
That was the AEW Dynamite.
Yeah, bro, that's just pretty insane. Well, we're gonna be out there. Tickets are on sale. Come and say what's up. Come meet us. We'll give you autographs. We'll take pictures with y'all. We'll honor you with our presence. Maybe young Hennessy can come out and be with us. Hey, Henny, commit here, bro. Will you go with us to Forbidden Table?
What are you gonna say? Forbidden Table?
Nah, I didn't say it. Hennessy, we're gonna go with us, bro, to Forbidden Door. It's on June 28th. Tickets are pretty accessible. Forbidden Table. I didn't say that, bro. I didn't say that. So, are you ready to move on, then? I guess a AAA update. There's a lot going on. Everything is kind of leading up to the fucking match that we're gonna be actually. Maybe we should do that now, right? Forbidden furniture, prohibited fucking entrance, or what? Forbidden Door. Yeah, so I mean, everything is kind of going towards the Gran Americano versus the fucking who are we fighting against?
The other Gundam.
Oh yeah, for the mask. For the mask. I don't know why I thought it was gonna be Dom Mysterio or Vikingo. There was actually a banger of a match, bro, between Enrico Vikingo and Mini Vikingo, bro. It was fucking outstanding. Y'all are bullies, bro. But I guess I don't. Have you announced it, Aaron?
Oh, we haven't. No.
I
Should
don't.
we
I don't know if you want to
wait?
wait. I don't know
I
if
mean,
you
because
want to wait.
it's 2 weeks out. We can maybe announce it next Monday
Okay,
when
or
Omar's
maybe
here.
okay. We have an announcement for y'all. I think you need to hear from all three of us. Uh, but yeah, man, it's good stuff coming up. Interesting stuff. We're gonna try something new. I think that we're gonna enjoy the hell out of it. And hopefully you guys do too. La Catalina is in Triple A. They threw hands with Flamer. Lola Vice came out. Bro, the reception that Bailey gets is insane, bro. Like they love Bailey over in Mexico, bro. East Side, shout out East Side San Jose. East Side, baby. And then where's Dom? Does anybody miss Dom? Aaron, do you miss Dom?
I miss Dom. I really
I
do.
don't I don't miss him. Like where does he fit in the wrestling universe right now?
I just want him. Like we talked about this. Like you said, he's not neither here or there with AAA and WWE. I think he needs to lose that his mega campeonato. He needs to kind of like pick a side. I don't mind if he even picks AAA. Like the people there love him, and we heard the reception he gets every time he's there. So he's got to pick a side and kind of just lock in.
And kind of just go with that. And one thing that I do,
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's a complaint yet, but I feel like there's been a lot more promos in AAA. It's kind of I kind of didn't like it. I kind of love AAA a lot. I still like AAA a lot, but the promos are kind of starting to sneak in there, you know. So, you know me, man. I kind of skip through that. All right, Aaron. Um, anything else, boss? I know you got to get up to work tomorrow morning. I know this is late. Just so y'all know and understand this fool's commitment. This guy gets up at like 3 fucking a.m. every day to go to work. So it's like midnight for him. But this is how much he loves wrestling. This is how much love he has for this channel. And this is how much he enjoys this shit, man. So put some respect on Aaron's name. Put some respect on Omar's name. He's got a lot going on. He made some time today. He wanted to take care of some things today, but he loves this shit, man. He loves. Thank you guys for tuning in. All of our millions or dozens of our fans. But thank you for tuning in. We appreciate y'all. Anything else, Aaron?
And I think that's it. I mean, we wanted to talk about Gunther and Royce Keys, who's also from the Bay Area. He they kind of put him in the main event scene now. We can talk about it next week, but that's exciting.
So I like Race Keys. And I don't want to say Gunther was growing on me, but I've kind of started to appreciate what he's done a little bit more. Um, it doesn't mean it's very
Your
much.
ball knowledge is growing. I see.
I still think that Mike Davis is better than him.
I don't know about that.
Did my ball knowledge go down?
Yeah, it just went back down.
Yeah. So, Aaron, why are you flipping people off, bro? Talk to us.
Personal reasons. Nothing major.
So someone got the bird from Aaron, or
Yeah, I beeped to make sure he saw me.
fucking savage, bro.
Yeah.
What about
It was
Tyler?
it was a tough weekend. It was a tough soccer Saturday. Let's just put
Well,
it there.
fucking Charlotte Quakes have been losing, right? Too.
Man, yeah, I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, they lost a tough one at home, but we'll be back. We're still tied for first. We're not gonna wait. Losses are normal, but they're frustrating when you have points on the table and you lose them. But we're still tied for first. We're halfway through the season. we're chilling.
I might go. I might go to a game, dude. I haven't gone. I might go to BFC though. I kind of want to take Alexa. Have you gone to BFC?
Not to a BFC now.
Yeah, I
But
want to take.
if you do want to go to a Quakes game, go to the one, I believe the 20. Oh, but that's the day of the show in Stockton. But they have a game at Stanford when they play the LA Galaxy, our rivals. Fuck LA Galaxy, fuck the LAFC. That's a big game. That's our Chivas versus America. That's it gets intense in there. But that would be a cool game to go to if you are
Yeah.
interested.
Well, I'm gonna take my 7-year-old daughter, bro. I don't want to take her to some fucking shit like that. We're gonna be putazos. I just kind of want to take her to a family-friendly thing. But yeah, man, maybe I'll take her to that. Maybe she'll get into the rivalry. Maybe she'll root for LA, Aaron, like my
Yeah,
dad, bro.
don't no.
What about Tottenham, man? Talk to us about Tottenham. They got a bad weekend too. Did they win?
We play tomorrow. We play Chelsea. A little worried, but what did help, West Ham did lose. So we're 2 points clear with one, I think. Well, we have 2 games. They have a game left. I think with the tie, we'll be good, but with the win, definitely we'll stay in the Premier League.
What do you think, Aaron? Mikey, what
That's
do you
tough.
think?
I think I don't. I have more faith on West Ham losing than Tottenham winning.
Fuck it, so long as it stay up. And what do you think about Mexico winning the Mundial?
I mean, if they're gonna do it, this is the chance. This is their big opportunity. They're at home. This is it. This is it.
Are you excited for the World Cup, man?
You know what? Not really. I don't know
Yeah,
because we're getting older, or I'm just
you're
too
getting
focused on the wrestling. I'm kind of like blocking that out. But it's still the World Cup. I'm gonna try to go to a game here at Levi Stadium. It would be cool to go to a World Cup game, but to be honest, not really. I'm not really even excited for the US. They've been playing like shit too, but I'll be watching.
but you
I'll be
never know.
watching. I'll be watching Lamine Yamal lift the World Cup trophy at the end of the tournament.
You know what, dude? This Spanish team is pretty freaking good. I like this team. I don't know if I think they'll make the semis for sure. Because I don't know who's gonna knock them out. Um, but I think definitely. I don't know what the betting odds say, but I think they're one of the favorites probably. Um, but I will say that if Brazil wins the World Cup, bro, I will be insufferable with Vini. I will
I mean,
fucking
Rafinha would have won it too, and
yeah,
Neymar.
no, but Rafinha is actually a really good fucking footballer, bro. I think Rafinha is really great. But yeah, I mean, does Rafinha start? No, maybe. Yeah, he does, right? Is he on the right side? Okay.
Well, we'll see how they line up because they call up Neymar too, so it'll be interesting how they're gonna line all these fools up.
Hey, so I said, can you highlight what I just said? The one before that?
Which one?
Joga
This one?
bonita. Can you write that onto the fucking list on the notebook, bro?
Very bonito. I'm gonna make a separate column for Omar.
Joga bonito. Like so when I speak brasileiro, it's joga bonito, boca pés, cabeleira, Enrique. All right, dude. So maybe we could talk about it. Submit. Maybe. Oh yeah, she's feminine. Okay, that's cool, dude. Really balón de oro, bro. I'm down. I'm down. What do you mean about Brazil, man? Is their right and left backs? The teams that usually make really good runs and win the World Cups are teams that have the best fullbacks.
I mean, they've had Marcelo, they have Danny Alves, and still
And
didn't
they
win
still didn't
anything.
win, yeah. And so that's what I'm kind of worried about with them. I really think that whoever for Spain, it's Cucurella and the other fucking fight. Dude, I will never understand the Cucurella hate. Like everybody fucking boos him everywhere he
They're
goes, and
just
I'm just
jealous
like,
because of his hair.
yeah, MJF would be jealous. Oh, if I was small package soccer, yeah, man, we can maybe at some point start branching out a little bit. You know what I mean? Young Hennessy says I would be fire, OG. Yeah, fellas, let us know. Let us know what you think on the chat. Also, the NFL season's coming up. Aaron, we'll offer you Brock Purdy, and you just have to
Nah,
give us a
you can keep him now.
Dude, okay, give us a
I'm good.
6-round pick and your Netflix password for the year, and you can fucking have them, bro.
Nah, I'd rather keep my Netflix password than to have Purdy.
Hey, Mikey says France or Spain in the final. Dude, bro, France is fucking. France is France. I kind of. My sentimental favorites are always Holland, bro, just because I always love their uniforms. I always like going for one of the. Oh shit! Shout out Ping. Hey, set it up, dude. The fucking Rich reached out. He's like, hey, let's have a custom. Then Efra too. Efra wants to play.
Let's do it Sunday.
That's the Lord's Day.
Exactly. We'll be blessed in the field.
I don't know if I can do it Sunday. I have to check with my people. Yeah, dude, let's talk about it. Shout out Petey if you want to come. Bring Fernando. I got a score to settle with Fernando. For what he did to Aaron some time ago. Might have to touch him up. But yeah, anything else, Aaron?
That is it. Like, to be honest, I'm actually excited for this Mascara versus Mascara because of how the people react to this when they had that brawl. And when the tall Grande Americano came out and people just pop. But so I'm excited, and then I'm excited for this announcement we're gonna make next Monday. So it should be a cool summer for wrestling.
So what do you think? Who wins it, Aaron? I know we could talk about it later. El Chaparro Americano or El Grande Americano?
I think El Grande Americano wins.
I like the Chaparro Americano name, bro. So, all right, fellas. I guess that's it for us.
That is it.
Cue outro.
We're out.